Now, running, many will tell you, is probably their least favorite form of exercise. But for one, Jael Amara, running marathons is a hobby, believe it or not. She's participated in countless marathons around the world and now has turned it into a passion that will take her to the London Marathon in a bid to raise funds for Concern worldwide. On her Say Tonight, find out how Jael started this journey and what motivates her to keep putting on her running shoes and get moving. It's a brisk morning at Arboretum. We meet Jael as she begins her training for the day. You'd find Jael in her workout gear most times. She started running marathons thanks to her sister, who got her on 21-kilometer races. She would soon graduate to full marathons of 42 kilometers. So how does one become a marathoner? Well, Jael says it's all in the mind.
So you don't wake up and run a 30 kilometers, no. You wake up, you run a 5, you run a 10, you run a 15, you run a 20 gradually. And then your body adjusts to the longer distance and you feel so much better, recovery is easier, and you get to 35 and to 42.
Jael is a market researcher and has learned how to balance her training and work obligations.
I've figured out that if I do my training in the morning, then I've covered that part of my life, and then I just continue with my day. If you leave your training for evening, a lot of things come up. You might be called for a coffee. It's always nicer to go for a coffee than to go for a run.
Running marathons has become such a part of Jael's identity that she's lost count of how many she's actually run.
I don't count the marathons I've done. If it were the 21s, I can't even begin to count because, for example, I've run about 8 or 9 Lewa marathons. Similarly to Kilimanjaro Marathon, I can't even count Standard Chartered, so I don't count the 21s. For the full marathons, I think I'm at about 10 or 12, but for the major marathons, there are 6. So far, I've done Berlin and New York.
Running a better time or saying you got to run with the elites is not the driving force behind Jael's passion for running.
That is locking, use it to pull your other.
But it's these kids and countless other individuals that are beneficiaries of Concern Worldwide, a charity that works with the world's poorest people. Jael partnered with Concern to help raise funds for the charity, the marathon of choice, the London Marathon.
When you fundraise, when you're running to fundraise, because I'm fundraising for Concern Worldwide, every mile or every step you take or every kilometer you take will make a change in somebody's life. And this is why London Marathon is going to be special for me. They say London is big, by the way. They say of the majors is the biggest. I'm yet to see that, but it's nice when you fundraise, when you run for a cause.
Jael has aspirations to qualify for the Boston Marathon and experience running in different cities around the world. But until then, the faces of the people whose lives will be changed through her fundraising efforts will be her motivation to conquer the London Marathon.